Destiny, a game that is perpetually dead, yet just had over 100,000 people watching its new reveal on the Witch Queen. Welcome back to the channel, my name's Tefty. Today we're talking about Destiny 2 Witch Queen reveal, Season of the Lost. As a longtime Destiny player, also someone who's on a podcast that's over 250 episodes, starting back to like 2015, obviously Destiny is very dear to my heart. And per usual, Bungie is a master of hype. They've got it down to a T on how to get people excited about new content, even when the content could be light. So this video is kind of like a reaction-ish discussion about what's coming in the future for Destiny. But with the Witch Queen, they dropped a lot of reveals, nuggets, and all that. In fact, the first one is Hive Guardians. So Savathun is imbuing the light somehow into Hive enemies and turning them into guardians, essentially. Like they have a little Hive ghost, and they have subclasses. Some of them basically share the same subclasses that we have as Guardians. This is cool. This is really cool. I mean, for a long time, we've been talking about having actual Guardians as enemies, like, you know, Exo and all that human type of stuff, as an actual, like, Dark Guardians that you'd see in the combat. Savathun be able to imbue light into the Hive and have those Hive be actual Guardian enemies, which that seems pretty cool. One thing that I immediately think about, though, seeing that they have a little Hive ghost, is that, are they gonna resurrect in the middle of like a nightfall or something, or like a raid? Like if you don't smash the ghost, there's a timer that until it resurrects, because, you know, standby for Resurrection Guardian. So it seems like this is their answer to a new enemy type in the game. You know, I'm always looking for new enemies when it comes to Destiny, because having played it for basically 6 years, I've seen a lot of the same things show up in the sandbox and environments, and I'm always looking for new enemy types. So Hive Guardians is definitely a cool angle on that. I would have preferred a brand new enemy type, as always, but you know, the theme is Savathun and Hive still, so I get why, narratively speaking, they're sticking with that stuff. There's probably going to be some variations on the actual Hive themselves that are going to be Guardians, but it'll be really cool to see that implemented and go against enemies that use your own same supers, you know, light supers and all that. I wonder if there's going to be a stasis enemy guardian in the future as well. I don't think I saw that in the video. I think it was just light subclasses. Interesting. Another big bomb that they dropped is weapon crafting, because they were showing the new glaive weapon archetype, which you can only get by crafting, apparently. It's also a first-person melee weapon, which has never been done in Destiny, which might also be an answer to the 3-peaking issue that they've been trying to grapple when it comes to PvP. It also has a projectile. It's an energy weapon as well, so it's going to go in your energy slot. And again, you're only going to be able to craft it when you go throughout the game and do all the parts and all that. And they have like a full-on crafting system that they're putting into the game, which seems pretty cool. I'm definitely into that, and I hope it feels robust. Because a lot of the times Bungie will put in some of these systems and they'll feel kind of like statistical, you know, like here's a name for it and you don't really do anything with the part. It's like, I picked up this piece and now I suddenly have this piece because I just acquired that piece. Like, I like it when it feels like you're actually building the weapon, like you're putting the components into it and making the thing happen. And like, that's a satisfying experience. Like obviously they can't have a full on, like you're holding the piece and crafting, insert and all that. I'm not expecting that, but I'd like it more so than just an icon pops up on the screen that you have acquired this part. And then, oh, I suddenly have the weapon. Wow, crazy. Like it'd be cool if it feels a bit more robust than that. And also, if there's options for how you build it to dictate perks and stuff. Like I'm definitely into that too. So weapon crafting, awesome. The glaive looks badass. I'm gonna definitely be using that glaive all the time. Beyond that, they had a pre-order Hive Ghost that you can pick up. It looks pretty cool. And then the standalone campaign discussion. This was really interesting because they were talking about their heritage as Bungie, talking about like Halo campaigns and how impactful it was to have like this campaign experience that you could replay and play with friends and all that. And it was interesting how they wanted to like highlight that. And then they brought in the topic of saying that the Witch Queen campaign was going to basically be something of that nature and it's going to be replayable with this whole legendary mode type of thing. That's really fascinating because Destiny started out pretty rough. Destiny 1 had a story, in quotations, and you could replay certain missions, but man, it was nothing like Halo. Halo had this like narrative and it had like a beginning, middle, end that felt like a completion type of thing when you played it. Destiny 1 definitely didn't feel like that, and it's always struggled to get to that point where you feel like you've completed some sort of story in the game. They've done it pretty well with raids. Raids have that experience where you go through this journey and you feel satisfied after the end of the raid, but that's like a 2-hour experience at most once you know how to do the raid. So I'm curious with the Witch Queen if they're going to do like a 8, 10, 12-hour campaign, and if it's going to definitely err more on the side of a replayable Halo style type of thing with this whole like legendary mode to earn better rewards and also have a more difficult time with it. I hope that they are moving more towards that direction, because I always missed that in D1 where you could replay some of the campaign missions at a higher difficulty. You know, they had like heroic versions of that. I don't remember if they had like Nightfall level difficulty ones. Feels like at one point they did, but it's been years. I hope they knock that out of the park, and I can't wait to see the narrative that they tell with the Witch Queen, because as Destiny has grown, a lot of the mechanics and sandbox stuff has kind of become reused and the same stuff, which can be good and bad at the same time. As a longtime player, you know, I kind of get sick of getting the same hand cannon again and again with the archetypes and all that. But when there's new, interesting narratives being told, that is what really gets me excited about Destiny at the moment. And they've done a really good job with the seasonal model in terms of telling story stuff. Its delivery has been a bit on the light side for keeping me interested to play months at a time, but when you peel back the layers of the story and look at what's being told, that's been an exceptional point, and Bungie has really been killing it in that side of the storytelling universe. So Season of the Lost is coming, and that's apparently the prelude or the build-up towards Savathun. They've talked about it. Marasov's coming back and all that. So that's really cool to see that in play. And then hopefully the Witch Queen campaign really kills it. Then they also talked about the future of Destiny 2 beyond Witch Queen. You know, we already had another expansion announced after that, but then they announced the final expansion for the Light and Darkness saga, which is called The Final Shape. Fascinating name. Also fascinating that they're sticking with the model of staying ahead of how far or when, how many expansions are coming in the future. Basically, you have 2 years beyond Witch Queen of yearly expansions to look forward to as a Destiny player. And they said that this saga of Light and Darkness will end and then a new saga will begin. My personal hope is that we finally get outside of the solar system and start experiencing real alien worlds and new enemy types finally in that genre of stuff. Beyond that, they talked more of the season that is currently starting, Season of the Lost. It is a 6-month season. They've got a whole bunch of stuff coming in with like anniversary type of stuff, 30 years of Bungie. Gallahorn's coming back. That actually made me laugh. Just a whole swath of stuff that's coming in. I don't want to talk about it in this video specifically because I wanted this to be about the Witch Queen reveal and Savathun and all that discussion of what's coming in the future. So there's a good chance I'll probably make a video about Season of the Lost after I've played it, which is going to be right now. I'm going to start playing it. So yeah, that's the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like button, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you next time. Deuces.